On June 15, 2025, Israel's sense of security was shattered as Iranian missiles rained down across the country. Sirens wailed from Haifa to Tel Aviv, sending families scrambling for shelter, adrenaline and fear surging through the night. The sky, once peaceful, was lit by interceptor missiles and the fiery descent of those that broke through. In Haifa, explosions rattled windows and foundations, each boom a reminder of vulnerability. Parents clutched their children, whispering reassurances they barely believed. Social media buzzed with frantic messages. "Are you safe? We're in the Mamad." Israel's air defense, Iron Dome, David's Sling, Arrow, fought desperately, but for the first time, many Iranian missiles found their mark. The sight of smoke and ambulances, broadcast live, eroded the illusion of invincibility. The war was no longer distant. It had arrived in living rooms and shelters, leaving millions facing a new, terrifying reality. As dawn approached, shock gave way to grim uncertainty about what the next day would bring. Iran's missile assault was retaliation for Israel's massive air campaign just 2 days earlier. On June 13, over 200 Israeli jets struck deep into Iran, targeting military and nuclear sites, killing senior commanders, scientists, and civilians. Israel cited an IAEA report on Iranian non-compliance, but Tehran saw the attack as a pretext for aggression. The strikes devastated Iran, killing hundreds, including women and children, and left the nation demanding a response. Iran's decision to launch missiles at Israel was a calculated, if desperate, answer to what it saw as an existential threat. Israel's air defense systems faced their toughest test as Iranian missiles overwhelmed the shield. The interception rate dropped sharply, and dozens of missiles struck Israeli cities, causing unprecedented casualties. Many found their shelters locked or too far, forcing families to improvise safety in stairwells and hallways. The myth of perfect protection crumbled as direct hits injured dozens and overwhelmed emergency services. The war exposed a critical vulnerability. Advanced technology alone couldn't compensate for neglected civil defense. Reports of unprepared shelters and overwhelmed responders challenged the narrative of resilience. The conflict was no longer abstract. It was in the homes and streets of ordinary people. The June War proved that a nation's safety depends not just on interceptors, but on the strength of the roof overhead. The illusion of invulnerability was gone. Beneath the headlines, the war was a human tragedy on both sides. In Iran, families mourned loved ones lost in surprise Israeli strikes. In Israel, parents rushed children to shelters as missiles fell. The fear was universal, the desperate instinct to protect one's children from a threat falling from the sky. Warnings differed. Israelis waited in dread, Iranians were caught off guard, but the outcome was the same. Ordinary people paid the price. Social media, usually a battleground, became a space for shared grief and calls for peace. Teachers, shopkeepers, and students in both countries saw their lives upended by decisions made far away. The war's true victims were those with no say in its beginning or end. As the 12-day conflict raged, the world's response revealed familiar double standards. Israel's preemptive strikes, which killed hundreds, drew muted reactions. Iran's retaliation was widely condemned. The deaths of 28 Israelis received more attention than the hundreds killed in Iran. The region teetered on the edge, with clashes flaring from Lebanon to Gaza and Arab states fearing escalation. After a tense ceasefire, questions lingered. Who provoked the war? What was gained, and at what cost? For ordinary people, the war was about loss and fear, not strategy. Beneath the rubble, a desperate hope remained that leaders might one day choose diplomacy over devastation.